Compact, clear, dependable. Bantam HD Youth Binocular. Learn more at vortexoptics.com.
We're having a few technical issues as we're running through this here. Hopefully folks there on Facebook and YouTube are joining us now. I guess we'll find out. So, Jed, we had a week-long opportunity there, muzzleloader elk hunt. We all decided this year we're pulling muzzleloader tags, and most of us picked up, at least I did. I don't know, maybe you've had your CVA for a while. I picked up a new set.
Fresh this season.
Yeah. So those CVA 50 cals, I got the Acura. Really happy with that particular gun. I mean, we put that scope on there, the Vortex 1x24, because we can run a 1-power scope now here at Washington State, and we were all pretty consistent, 100 yards out, hitting bullseyes.
Yep. Yeah, we took our time sighting them in, basically from 0 to 50, 75, 100, because past experiences wanted to take these and get them fine-tuned, and they worked pretty well this year.
Yeah, they really did. It's the Crossfire 2 1x24, and you know, you kind of look down that scope and you think 1-power, well, what's it going to do? But for me, I'm kind of like, boy, I can actually see pretty good with this thing. And not to be confused with like some of the newer red dot scopes. This is not a red dot. The Crossfire 2 is basically what it says. Got crosshairs you're looking through. And yeah, you can get pretty dialed in and feel comfortable out. I know some folks are poking out, believe it or not, 250, 300 yards.
Yeah.
Wow. Dialing in their muzzleloader. And, I'll tell you what, that 50 cal, that elk that you got, it certainly put a hole in it.
Yes, it did. I was impressed.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing a 270 slug go through a deer, which, it's an ample size injury, but that 50 cal, oh man, I'm telling you what, that thing does some damage. And so, muzzleloader for me, with the fact I got kind of a screwed up shoulder, can't really comfortably draw my bow anymore. I like that transition from archery right into that muzzleload opportunity because those elk are still talking.
Yep. Yeah, they were very active this year.
They're communicating. Now, I acquired a drive-in behind gate pass to a well-known timber company. And so we had great opportunity to get up there on the logging roads and park the truck, do some glassing and some calling, got down into the woods, walked the clear cuts and the timber lines. And I think we had 2 mornings there. We had bulls responding to us.
Yeah.
But I'll be darned if we could get them to come out of the timber.
Nope, they were protected in there and they had no reason to come out.
Apparently not. The other thing we were up against, if you remember, I know it was a couple weeks ago. So, we started off with almost mid 70 degrees.
Yeah.
First couple days, and then mid 40 temperatures at night.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Like extremely warm. And then of course, crystal clear skies in full moon lunar cycle. And from where I was staying there in Mario's cabin, I could hear the elk across the way in the evening out there. They never really slowed down at nighttime. They're just chasing around and eating and just doing their thing. And by the time you get up in the morning and head up into the hills, you'd be lucky to hear one, let alone see one.
Right. Yeah, they were pretty quiet up there. We had a couple that we could work, but for the most part, it was the evenings were where we were at.
Yep. So we hit the hills in the morning, did some locator calls, landed on a couple on different mornings and worked them. You worked the heck out of them. We, crept along and tried to figure out exactly where they were, pinpoint them and try to draw them out. They weren't budging. And by 10 o'clock, when it's 65 degrees, you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
And we'd head back down and kind of hang out for the afternoon. And we'd put the evening hunt on and get down in the lowlands in the meadows and just kind of poke around some opportunity that we had. And that was the most elk activity we found.
Every evening we were in the elk.
We absolutely were. Yep. Couple times we were behind them and we felt like we were pushing them. So day 3 is like, let's come in the other way and see if we can't head them off.
Yeah, do the old switcheroo on them, and it paid off.
And it paid off. Yeah, you made about a 150-yard poke and got that nice 4x5. And great shot, by the way.
Thank you.
Yep. And dialing in the muzzleloader is one thing. You let the smoke dissipate and pull up your binos and see where you're at on paper. for me anyway, hunting elk with a muzzleloader, I like to have a hunting partner there.
Yeah. Because
while you're busy reloading, I'm right here. Like, where's that animal going? What's it doing? Because by the time the smoke clears, Dustin, I'm telling you, it's like you got to wait to see if you can, locate that animal. Wow. If it's going off into the brush or if it's going to stay there or what it's doing. And I'm feeding him information the whole time. It's not like just taking a shot at it and I can keep eyes on it the whole time. Right. You literally got to wait for the smoke to clear. And it was a pile of it. So, but it worked out. You hit that thing twice and down he went.
Down he went. But that was definitely a team effort on that from the moment we walked in.
Yeah.
All the way through. We were on that action. We probably worked those bulls for good solid 45 minutes plus.
The evening that you shot your bull, we had 3 bulls that were responding to cow calls and a couple bugles that we punched out there, and mostly responding to that cow call. And what's interesting is the bulls that we encountered with cows on various evenings, both you and Mario, at different times, they never had more than 2 or 3 cows with them.
No.
And now down and around there, you guys have, because obviously it's out where you're living, but you've seen that they've herded up a little more. You got a couple bulls out there with about 15 cows or so.
Yeah, the groups have kind of combined.
Coming together now. Yeah. So, no, that evening, great hunt. We had, we found success, feeling pretty good about it. And we still had 3 or 4 days to go. And we anticipated a weather change coming.
Right.
And we thought it was going to arrive based on forecasts a lot sooner than it did. It kind of stalled out, kept waiting. And it finally got there. But boy, it really didn't change their behavior much at all. Even though it dropped from the first day in the week to the last day of the week that we were hunting, there was a significant 15-degree morning temperature change, almost 20 there. Yeah, at least 20. We're into the low 30s, actually.
Yeah.
Almost had some frost on the ground. So you would think that would get some more activity going. We had some rain blow in, and the wind. We thought, okay, maybe we'll see a change here, but it just never really.
Not so much.
So, you purchase the muzzleloader tag. That's what you're held to. So we got late season. Me and a few of the other guys. Les, he's looking at late season. Like, get out there and get a cow.
It'll happen.
Oh yeah, we'll get some meat in the freezer. But had a great week, had a great hunt, and learned a lot. And we got a lot of land that we explored, and we get to go back up there and do it next year. So I'm excited about that. All right, don't go anywhere. Jumping out for a quick break. We come back and introduce you to Kelsey Ross, president at the board of Conservation Coalition Washington State. Some interesting stuff going on that you need to hear about right after this.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
Start your outdoor adventure at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium, 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure, like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
I want to welcome you back to the program. Introducing you first time on the show, Kelsey Ross, president of the board at Conservation Coalition Washington State. One page I definitely follow on the social media platforms. A lot of great stuff going on there. Kelsey, welcome to the program. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And thank you for following. I noticed you on there. I've noticed you liking our stuff, and I'm glad you're receiving some of our exposés. Some of that stuff's been kind of heavy lately.
Yeah, for sure. No, you guys stay right on top of it. You put a lot of good information out there. Folks would join your social media platforms. They'd be able to stay up on a lot of things going on behind the scenes. And you know us here at Fish on Northwest, we like to cover that stuff because there's just not enough circulation of information getting out there for folks to rely on. So you guys are doing a great job. So I asked you to join me on the show here. Couple of things going on I want to bring up to enlighten folks who may not be aware. Recently, WDFW Director Suswan requested or contacted the governor and requested that he initiate an investigation into 4 of our commissioners that I'll just say due to questionable behavior regarding some of the records and communications and things that have been going on behind the scenes, tampering. Governor Ferguson has directed Washington State Human Resources to conduct that investigation. Are there any updates? I know they launched that quite some time ago, midsummer perhaps, but I haven't heard anything since.
So that was mid-August. He had put that letter out around August 5th, and then pretty quickly after that reached the governor's office, we saw Lorna Smith and Melanie Rowland respond. But nothing is really, as far as I know from hearing from what's going on in the governor's office, they're working on it. They're being very diligent. I just don't know what the scope is of what's going to happen. They could remove those commissioners. There's a lot of things. If you've seen the Sportsman's Alliance records and then records that we found on our own, this behavior is real.
Yeah.
It's very real. It's incredibly corrupt and concerning, but I don't know if it's the advantageous direction for the governor to take right now when we have these commissioners. I think about 3 of them that could be out the door in the end of 2026. The commission is a little bit more balanced than it was a year ago when Ferguson rescinded those appointments and put new ones in. So we have Molly Linville, James Anderson, and Victor Garcia. 2 of those are older commissioners that have been pretty great for us. The other part of this is these anti-hunting groups are going to lose their minds if the governor pulls them. And I see a lot of litigation coming from those individuals if that's the direction he takes, and it just being a huge firestorm. So do we wait this out when we have a more balanced commission, or do we do something now and create an even bigger mess? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great point. The other thing we have that is in our favor, if we have anything in favor with that, current commission makeup, Jim Anderson was appointed as chair and Molly Linville is, vice chair. So with those 2 at the helm, we have opportunity for them to direct the meetings, unlike they had been directed before. They don't have those outside agencies, those anti-hunting and fishing groups don't have the ear of the commission like they did previously. So you might be right. The governor may take a position of posturing and just kind of wait this out and see where it goes. I guess on our end of it, we just have to wait and see what types of decisions come from the current commission if they continue to travel down this road of anti-everything, or if there's a stop measure in there with those players in power, to prevent them from doing exactly the damage that they intend to do.
Yeah, I think having Jim in that position is a big deal. He's a fantastic individual, and I think he's going to keep the commission on track with their agenda and whatnot. They had a retreat last month, and there was some big discussions on behavior, so that helps there too. So Molly is actually not the vice chair, but it is Len Poole who is being investigated.
That's right. Yeah. He is being investigated. He did get pushed into the vice chair. Right. Thanks for correcting me. Hey, so after Suswan requested this investigation, things got pretty interesting. The Washington Wildlife First nice title. You would think that they're doing great things, but this is the, you know, the utmost leader on the forefront of anti-everything fishing, hunting in Washington State. Washington Wildlife First launched a public campaign called Not My WDFW, complete with a petition demanding the removal of Director Duane. Now, do you think that Director Kelly launching this investigation or requesting for the investigation was kind of the catalyst for Washington Wildlife First to launch this, you know, ridiculous campaign?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was in that August meeting right after he had wrote a letter to the governor, and they were losing it in that meeting over the director. And it was quite interesting to be in there in the room. I think I was the only hunter there that day. And yeah, this is definitely the forefront of what they're doing. I think they feel backed into a corner a little bit with their favorable commissioners under investigation, them possibly losing those individuals in a year from now. And they're scraping and clawing at whatever they can get. And this is pointing their fingers at Duane and claiming that he's conspiring with Sportsman's Alliance on these records. I mean, those records were dropped over 2.5 months before he wrote that letter to the governor. Everyone saw them. It's not like it was a secret. And any responsible person would do something and ask their boss to, well, I guess the commissioners are their bosses, but for something to be done when those when there's just so much bad that was visible in those documents. But yeah, this is the forefront of it. And, you know, they're trying to get him gone. They have that petition to the governor, to the legislator. And I think they're just trying to claw for power. And, you know, this is another attempt for them to reform the commission and the agency to what they want, which is, you know, preservationist values and hunters, anglers, and trappers.
Right.
You know, they claim that the department's not following the science, that they're mismanaging wildlife, and that they're not standing for the values of Washingtonians, but really they are fraudulently appropriating themselves as being the standard Washingtonian, and they're not. I mean, they call us the minority so much of the time, but I really think that they are. You know, it's the same 20 people that show up to these meetings all the time, but they have that billionaire backing. And yeah, it's just, I mean, they're after everything, and they really laid it out in the front framework of this campaign. It's, you know, it's not just predator hunting, that's there, but it's wolf management, trapping, fur bearers, they're going for it all. The pheasant hunting and release sites are salmon hatcheries. And, you know, they recently responded to the game management plan draft. I don't know if you guys have discussed that here at all yet, but
a little bit. So you kind of mentioned it, funded by a billionaire. I mean, it's no secret. It's been out there circulating social media platforms. Jody Allen is a stronghold supporting Washington Wildlife First and a lot of their endeavors and what they're going after. And you just listed a number of issues that they are bringing to the forefront here at a meeting coming up, the commissioner meeting in Linwood on November 14th and 15th. We're advocating for folks to show up there because we have to show strong opposition to exactly what Washington Wildlife First is going after. And you just mentioned a number of, I mean, it even comes down to some of the hatchery programs on salmon, and of course the pheasant release sites. And, you know, they want stricter regulations on predator management. They want to restrict ungulate opportunities when it comes to hunting. I mean, they're going after everything. And I think you're spot on. It's probably last ditch effort because they see their window of opportunity diminishing with the changing of the guard here at the commission and kind of how things are moving forward. So folks need to find out information about this up and coming commission meeting, Fish and Wildlife Commission meeting, Linwood, 14th and 15th of November. You guys have a bunch of information on your social media platforms that they can lean in on to try and make sure they don't miss out on this.
Absolutely. And we will be dropping things every week, possibly twice a week, for you to get information and potential talking points if you wish to talk, but just show up. We need people standing up for science-based wildlife management because it's always the same people in the room. There's a bunch of them, they're paid people. This is what they do for a living. There's a hell of a lot more of us than there are of them. And we just need to show up and be present and pushing back on some of this and bringing up, so many issues. Like bring up the spring bear hunt. They're working on the GMP right now. Bring that up. Bring up the classification of unclassified species. So like coyotes right now are going to be majorly under fire here soon. There's so many things to talk about. Just show up, be part of it.
Yeah,
And
stand up and be the resistance to Washington Wildlife First and everything they're trying to advocate for, because everything they want to do goes against everything that we enjoy when it comes to fishing and hunting. Kelsey, never enough time. We're up against a hard break here. So I want to thank you for taking a little bit of time on today's show and, help enlighten folks on some of the things going on and what we need to pay attention to. We will also be sharing a lot of you guys' content over on our page to make sure we continue to get the word out. So thanks for all you're doing, and excuse me, keep up the great work.
thank you.
All right. Kelsey Ross, president on the board at Conservation Coalition Washington State. If you haven't joined up on their social media platforms, do so. It's something you need to check out. Out for a quick break. Back with some more deer talk with these fellas to my immediate right after this.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far. A place where discovery and history thrive for young eyes and old alike. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat, and big part of my success.
All right, welcome back here in the studio. Still hanging out, thankfully. Jed Stout, Dustin, Greene. Great conversation with Kelsey. There was so much going on in that commission. We're just trying to stay on top of that stuff. So, hey boys, we just got back from the Palouse.
Yes, we did.
And had a moderate deer hunt, a little bit of a workout.
Yeah.
If I Dustin.
Lake day.
Yeah, leg day every day. Yeah, I thought day one, I was like, oh my God, what did I sign up for? Good thing we were climbing around the hills the week before, chasing elk, because that was a little bit of a warm up. But when Jed says, no, we're going to go down there and get those deer, I'm like, okay, there we go. So, Jed, how many years you been hunting over there in that particular part of the region?
19 years.
Is it 19 years?
19 years.
Yeah, and your son Hunter, what's Hunter, 23?
23.
23. And he shot his first deer when?
I think he was 12 over there. 12
Okay.
or 13 when he shot his first one over there.
Yeah, so he's been over there a good 10 years or so. Yeah. Dustin, how many years you joined him over there?
This was the second time I've been over
Second time you've been over there. Did you get a deer your first time?
Did not. Nope.
Okay. Yep. Well, you made up for it.
Yeah.
Jed, there's no doubt that is some challenging country. And I think I had put a post out kind of showing some of the canyons and stuff we were crawling down into. And I was like, 3% of the population here in Washington State hunt. It's about it might be 1.5, but I bet you we lean a little harder towards 1% of the people are willing to go down there and do that. If that. Yeah, I think that's generous, right, Dustin?
Half of them walk to the edge.
Yeah. And they look down, they're like, no. And, they're glass and they see that buck 600 yards away on the other side. And they're like, can we get over there?
Yeah.
Either way, you're going down into it. Doesn't matter which side you go from.
I think it's more of I have to go because that's where my kid goes.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
So then I'm committed.
We kind of made that comment too. Is we showed that deer to Hunter finally made his way back to us, and I'm like, take a look at that. And he looks in there and he's like, let's go kill that buck. And I'm like, doggone it. I knew he was going to say that. So, you know, I could be twice his age and I'd be, you know, 10 or 12 years younger than I am right now. So it's definitely a challenge, but there's something to glassing, locating deer, putting a plan in motion, and go down and get that deer. That's kind of the MO, right?
It is. First, you got to find them.
Yep.
And usually you're spotting them so far away, you just see a frame. So you're thinking, okay, that's a good buck.
Yeah.
May not be a shooter buck, but once you get a little closer, and then you can tell. But once you're down there and you get closer, you're committed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And you hope it's a shooter buck if you've committed part of the way down there. I mean, the spotting scopes, our Vortex, spotting scopes are, you know, a godsend because we can spot them in the glasses, and then it's like, okay, pull out the spotting scope. Let's get eyes on this thing. Yeah. What made it tricky is a doggone wind. When your spotting scope sit there going like this, it is really hard to dial that in tight and, you know, max out that zoom that those things are capable of doing, which is pretty important when you're looking for that stupid little eye guard or a little extra bump.
Right.
Because how many forks did we see?
20.
I mean,
at least half dozen plus a day.
Yeah. You know, does and forks, big forks.
Yeah.
And you are straining hard looking for that extra something. Yeah. Little garbage on there, little eye guard, little nub somewhere that you can hang a ring on and go.
Little 3 or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fork after fork after fork. And, you know, that's some of the genetics over there. And you're like, get used to it.
There's a lot of them.
That's what's over here. But Dustin, we had that one day where we actually got in on your buck where we had spotted a bunch of deer, spotted more deer. Hunter and I and Danny, we moved on down the ridge and we're going to go, you know, spread out a little bit. And you stayed put. Next thing, my phone's blowing up. I'm like, what does he want? He's like, hey, there's 4 shooters up here. And by the time I came back to you, a couple of them had wandered off, but you and I kept eyes on 2 bucks.
Yeah.
And the buck I followed that just did the slow walk up and over the top of the ridge. He was bigger than the one that we ended up getting with you.
He was tall.
And his body size.
Yeah.
I thought I was looking at a donkey. I mean,
that was a big buck.
It was a big buck. And for whatever reason, and he wasn't in a hurry.
No.
He just decided he was going to go up and over the ridge. So I said, okay, he's gone. Where's yours at? Oh, he's standing there on that rock ledge. And then Hunter finally come up there and he's like, let's go get it. You're like, what'd you say?
Let's give him 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He'd been standing still like a statue for half hour, 40 minutes, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Just staying there on high alert.
Yep.
So I was like, if we try and climb down this thing, he's going to bust out.
Yeah, he was just kind of moseying there. Just, you know, he looked lonely. All the does had pushed through and is the only deer left. And he'd kind of scraped the ground a little bit. And you're like, I think he's going to bed down. And sure enough, about 6 minutes later, he did just that. And then by the time Hunter got up there and took a look at him, he's like, yeah, let's go kill that buck. So when you guys are glassing, like when we sit down on a ridge, and, you know, I usually keep my backpack on, I get settled in there because I like to lock in my elbows and stabilize if I don't put them on my tripod. Right. And so I'm looking, it's like I have a progression I go through when I'm trying to spot deer. Jed, what do you start with trails? You start with cover, you start with down at the bottom of the ravine. What do you kind of start picking
Usually
away?
I start in the ravines, work my way up each side, and then every single bush over there
gets a hard look at it.
And I'm zooming right in on that thing because sometimes you'll see a leg, sometimes you'll see a body, sometimes you'll see just a head looking at you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll just see a horn.
Yeah. Dustin, what do you do?
I usually glass like the open area, the obvious spots first. And then I start picking away at the
brush and stuff.
Yeah, then I start looking at all the.
What's interesting is it looks like, you know, it's just a little bit of brush. That brush can be 6 feet tall. And when I realize that we have brush that's kind of coming up and over and bending, I'm looking for those tunnels.
Yeah.
And you can see those defined tunnels that those deer will just crawl right up on. We found a couple of those on our last morning out there that were just bedded down that purple shrubs. Like if you weren't taking your time and checking those little pockets and holes, you're not seeing those deer.
No.
And you might just see the white on a nose.
Yeah, or just a back leg.
Or something sticking out, right? Yeah. So that's kind of my MO is, I'll check the heavy travel trails first because if there's any deer walking across, you just follow that trail. And it's like, oh, now I'm on a line of bush or brush, and in that ravine, I'll just pick away at that. And usually you start finding, it's interesting when you finally spot a deer then you're like, and I heard Dustin do this a couple of times. Oh, there's another one. Oh,
Yeah.
there's another. It's like it just starts opening up your
Yeah.
eyes, right? It's finding those first ones at low light in the morning until you lock eyes on one to just remind or retrain your eyes and your brain what that deer looks like on the landscape. Sometimes they can be hard to pick out.
Yeah.
Especially when they get wet.
Yeah. So I was just going to say that little bit of rain we had,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
everything looked like a deer.
It did.
Yeah.
Because some of that, the shrubbery and stuff gets darker.
Yeah. The deer were too.
Yeah, and the deer were too,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. So, finding them, then to figure out, do we have a shooter buck? And boy, we just did not have very many days where we had shooter bucks.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I will be
Just that one, I think.
just the one morning.
Yeah.
And maybe that first hunt where we spotted the nose.
We stayed on that
And
guy
that
for
buck
far too long.
Yeah. He would not move.
He would not move. So it was a great week. It was a bit challenging at times. The wind was unbelievable one evening and one morning, and actually that whole day that
Yeah.
we had that
It
wind.
was howling.
It was absolutely screaming, gusts of 40 miles an hour. You're not going to shoot unless you're less than 100 yards closing the gap. You're not
Yeah.
shooting 300-400 yards on that thing.
We
That'll
got,
push that bullet 6 feet off
Yeah.
trajectory. I mean, just unbelievable.
we got lucky that morning that the one that I got, because remember it started howling by the time we were hiking out.
It did.
It was ripping up that canyon.
That wind picked up for sure.
Yeah.
Which at that point it was cooling me down. So
I know, it's nice.
Those packs were heavy and we were deep. And if
Yeah.
you haven't checked it out, look at the pictures on our social media platforms, and you're going to see us looking straight up at that ledge and back up there. But before we do that, we're going to take you on out there to the Palouse, where we were successful and Dustin knocking down this dandy 4x4. Heck of a mule deer, your biggest one, if I'm not mistaken.
It was.
Yeah, congratulations. We had a great day. Start out spotting some deer, as we were just discussing, and it culminated with putting one to sleep and packing that thing out of there, which is something we all embraced. It was a team effort. Taking a look at that right after this break.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima Boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far. A place where discovery and history thrive for young eyes and old alike. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat, and big part of my success.
And probably shoot on the louder. Yes, it's black. I can't hit the suns. I can see his horns like outline.
All right, guys. Hey, Duane England Fish on Northwest, and we're out here in the windy Windy Plains. Yeah, the Windy Palouse. We've been chasing mule deer, and I got to tell you, this morning things escalated rather quickly. Unbeknownst to us, I mean, we had a plan laid. We walked in the dark. Man, we were on the deer right away, and leave it to Hunter to say, let's go get that buck. And that's exactly what we did. We had a fantastic hunt. It was a hard grind, a ton of work, but we were successful, and we're going to bring that to you. Here we go. Dustin found a good one. It's a good buck it's on a rock bench down there.
That is a good buck. Let's go kill him.
Yeah, that's like 650. We were thinking head this way, and we'll get on that next bench down there. I think we can close the gap.
The rock knob.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. Dustin's grabbing his stuff. There he is, 600 plus yards away. We're making a move.
$600. That without being too exposed. Let's stay in this. We're gonna go about where that draw is. We're gonna come down because it drops down enough that he's looking way down, but I think when that sun hits him, he's probably gonna get up. So. Rating 422. But if we get up to that rock, it'll probably be right at 400. Try to eliminate some of the angle.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far, where the young and old find rest and excitement, not apart. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh yeah. Oh, no, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
Atta baby. Cool.
Good work. Oh man. Whew. Huh, buddy? Nice job, huh?
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Is that your biggest buck, you think?
I think it's my biggest muley.
It's definitely a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
For sure.
Now the work starts.
Oh, look at that. Look at the bunch of deer going up the hill right
Well,
now.
of course. Yeah, so
Double down.
we haven't even had time for an intro this morning. We got right into deer and started hiking. You can see the hills behind us. It's been a good morning. A lot more deer than yesterday morning and more shooter bucks.
A lot of bucks, yeah.
So we got one down. Dustin made a nice shot across the canyon here. So we got to get to the other side, break this bugger down and start packing them out of here. Where's Jed when we need him, huh?
Yeah, I think we'll be calling him now.
Yeah, anyway. All right, we got work to do. Bringing more to you.
Oh, there goes more deer. Right up there. Yeah, just right here, right in front of us. Little fawn.
Well, buddy, what do you think, huh?
Good buck.
Oh my gosh, you spotted him.
Yeah.
We walked down the ridge and you texted us that
and all of a sudden all the bucks started.
you got a couple shooters here, and by the time I got back to you, we had eyeballs on a couple of them. One went up,
Yep.
and you stayed on this guy. He went down.
Yep.
My buck I was following went up over the hill, but kept eyes on him. And what'd you say? Hey, let's give him 10 minutes. Hopefully he'll bed down.
Yep.
Hunter was ready to put a stock on him.
Uh-huh.
Let's give him 10 more minutes. He's been
And what'd he
standing
do?
in the same spot for like a half an hour, 45 minutes.
Initially from that ridge, what was he at? 5, 6 something?
It was
Six.
like
A little
608.
over six.
Yeah. So we closed the gap. First shot was
4.25-ish.
427.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, knocked him right down. And of course, thankfully, he came down about
Another 100 yards.
at least 100 yards because we got plenty of
Plenty of vertical gain to go.
get out of here for sure. So yeah, heck of a buck, Dustin. Nice shot
Yeah.
across the ravine here. Oh yeah, your best muley?
Yep.
Nice.
Muley.
Yeah. Well, success. You know, it all came together. Found a buck, watched a buck, let him bed, put the sneak on him.
Yep.
Made a good shot across the ravine here, and then the work starts. So, what a great day! Great day so far.
Yep.
We'll probably get this out of here and still have a few hours of shooting light this evening.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll be out here by 12.
We'll go find something else.
Go get some food in us too.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. All right, we got to break this down.
Right on.
Well, we need to get out of the wind, so in the shop here is no better place. We got the old Ford behind us. Beautiful. Hey, what a day, huh?
Oh, yeah.
It was a day.
Dustin's pretty excited.
It was
biggest
a great
mule.
plan in the beginning.
Yeah, biggest mule deer to date
Yep.
for you, right?
Yeah, it was.
And you spotted that one and a couple other bucks. Hunter, we'd worked our way down the ridge and we were glassing down into the lower part of that, and my phone's kind of blowing up. I'm like, what does he want now? And get back up here, we got bucks. And you had seen 4?
4 shooters, yeah.
Yeah, 4 shooters, which yesterday we saw maybe 1 shooter.
I've seen 1 shooter up on top.
Not something we could play with.
But yeah,
A lot of forks.
nothing to work with.
Yep.
We've seen 8
Yep.
horns yesterday, and we're a little bit down yesterday.
Yeah, but good day to get out and just kind of take it all in. We got here the night before, everybody got about 4 hours of sleep. Day 1 was really getting out, almost a scouting day, just trying to figure out what we had and where. So went to a little different spot this morning, and we got into some deer relatively early. Yeah. And then when I came back and joined you, Dustin, we had 2 really nice shooter bucks. And then they split. You stayed on the one that dropped down low. I followed the one up over the ridge. And then we were like, well, we got 1 buck. And then by the time Hunter comes back up, what's the 24-year-old kid going to say? Well, let's go get that buck. Some of the steepest terrain I have been on in years.
1,544 feet. We looked it up on Onyx.
Oh, is that right?
We dropped down.
That was the bottom of the drop from where we started.
That's not too shabby.
And mind you, that's in about 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah, it's pretty steep elevation for sure. It drops quick, and going down was a little precarious. Coming back up was just a grind. But I looked as we packs loaded, ready to head down that little draw, and from the time we left to the time we got up to the top to that upper road, 2 hours.
Not bad.
Not too bad. My pack was heavy. Dustin?
Yeah.
I think Hunter had the heaviest pack, but absolutely epic day. We have a couple more days to get it done. We have a few more tags to fill. And looking for some more shooters over here out of the Palouse, chasing some mule deer.
Yep. Let's go get it done.
Excellent job.
Yep.
Great shooting, by the way.
Thank you.
What, 4:30? Is that what we said? 4:30?
We said 4:28, I think is what it was.
Close enough.
For shot, 427.
Yeah.
And worked out, laid him down.
Sure did.
So,
what scope you got on there?
Vortex, of course.
100%. Absolutely. All right, it's going to do it for us here from the Palouse on this hunt. Jumping out for a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
The Northwest premier upland bird hunting destination. Located along the beautiful Umatilla River in eastern Oregon. Fully guided bird hunts with expert guides and top-notch dogs. Enjoy comfortable accommodations and gourmet meals at the Riverview Lodge. Book your sensational hunting experience with Horseshoe Curve Outdoors.
Start your outdoor adventure at Sportgo and Outdoor Emporium. 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure. Like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at Sportgo and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
When it comes to safety and security, trust the professionals at Phoenix Protective. Our highly trained officers provide 24/7 security services to meet your needs. We provide security for commercial properties, events, building entry, and more. We can monitor your property remotely with our monitoring equipment. At Phoenix Protective, your safety is our mission. Call us today or visit our website to learn how we can protect what matters to you.
All right, welcome back here in the studio. Hopefully you enjoyed that hunt. I know we did.
Yeah.
Huh?
ready to do it again now.
Yeah, oh yeah, especially if you got a couple of young bucks packing it all out. Yeah, so that was a good time. Hey, real quickly, our time over there at Palouse, we staying there at Jay's farm. Great camp host. I mean, the man's just phenomenal. And his boys, Ben and young Jack, 12 years old, got out with his grandpa the weekend that we're there. He got his first deer. He got his first mule deer as a doe, as a junior hunter. He got his doe tag. And oddly enough, they went to check it in, a CWD check-in site, put on by WDFW, and they awarded him a first deer certificate. Yeah. So congratulations, Jack, 12 years old, got his first deer. He only started, 38 years earlier than I did. So good for him, right? So outstanding. Good job, Jack, and great job, Grandpa, getting him out on that first deer. We are running way late, up against a hard break. We'll be right back. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
You haven't been here, but you know it.
All right, welcome back here as we wind it down, close it out. So, boys, you're pretty much done out there on the big ocean. We got some weather that's going to hamper the opportunity to get out. That being said, Jed, plenty of opportunity to get out and crab with you.
Plenty of time.
And folks need to jump on the website or Facebook, social media platforms, and sign up and get a hold of you, or what?
Yeah, you can get a hold of us. Website, www.gamblercharter.com.
Yep.
Go to the website. Our cell phones are on there. Call us, email us, and we'll answer any questions you have.
Perfect. www.gamblercharter.com. And the cool thing about that Columbia River crab opportunity is a lucrative limit of 12 per person.
Correct.
You can take a family of 4. They're going to have more crab to take home in one day out on the water with you, and learn how to go about crabbing with you guys that they may not even know. So if you want to get in on some crab opportunity, there's a number of Clam Digs. Dustin, aren't you guiding Clam Digs? Is that what I heard? So
apparently so.
Number of days of Clam Digs coming up here. Actually, it opened 2 days ago, so you got some great opportunity for clams. If you want to get out crabbing, once this weather blows through, get a hold of Gambler Charter LLC. Jed and Dustin are going to get you out on the crab. You're going to enjoy it, and you're going to take home a bounty. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining me in studio today. Yep. Great to always have you on board. And, we got more hunting to do.
A couple more weeks.
A couple more weeks. And then look to late season. Of course, waterfowl is open. And with this weather coming in, rivers are going to be blown. And we're going to get into that next week. Herzog's back with me. We're going to get into that next week. But in the meantime, you might as well get out there and shoot some waterfowl. Yep. So, all right, get through the storm, survive. We'll be back next week. Enjoy. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Get out and get something done. We'll see you next time right here, Fish in the Northwest.